The pages of history are filled with the collapse of great empires and the birth of new powers. However, in world history, very few powers have been able to start as a small frontier principality at one end of Anatolia and transform into a world state ruling over 3 continents. The Ottoman Empire.
Many people remember the birth of the Ottoman Empire only with immense armies, the sounds of swords, or palace grandeur. However, the foundation of this magnificent structure was laid by being in the right place at the right time, pursuing rational politics, and, most importantly, making very good use of the opportunities presented by a fragmented geography.
So, at the end of the 13th century, in that chaos-ridden Anatolia, crushed under Mongol pressure and where the Seljuks had lost their authority, how did a small tribe stuck around Sogut and Domanic become the nightmare of Byzantium and Europe? Let's leave the legends aside, and in the light of true historical sources, focus on the real birth story of the Ottoman Empire. That is, the first steps of a shining principality. Towards the end of the 13th century, Anatolia was entirely a burning ground. The Mongol invasion started by Genghis Khan was destroying all the states before it. Hundreds of thousands of Turkmen tribes fleeing this pressure had to migrate towards the west. That is, towards the Byzantine border. One of these tribes was the Kayi tribe. This community, which was given a homeland during the reign of Seljuk Sultan Ala-eddin Kikubad, settled in the Sogut and Domanic region under the leadership of Ertugrul Gazi. This was a small piece of land at first glance, but it possessed a massive strategic advantage. At that time, the powerful Turkish principalities established in the center and south of Anatolia, namely the Karamanogulari or Germianogulari, were constantly at war with each other to establish supremacy. They were consuming each other. However, the direction of this small frontier principality headed by Osman Gazi was completely different. Before them was a Byzantine Empire that had lost its former power, was struggling with its own internal throne struggles, and was incapable of protecting its lands. The Ottomans, instead of fighting other Turkish principalities for land, turned their faces to Byzantium. This situation served a holy purpose called Gaza and Jihad in the Islamic world. Thanks to this, the unemployed, landless but warlike Turkmen population in Anatolia started to gather in droves under Osman Gazi's banner, with the aim of obtaining booty and land. After Ertugrul Gazi's passing, his son Osman Bey, who took over the leadership of the principality, was not just a good warrior, but also a brilliant diplomat. At that time, the Byzantine governors in the region were called Tekfur. Osman Gazi made excellent use of the disputes among the Tekfurs. While fighting one, he became friends and traded with another. By marrying the daughter of Sheikh Edebali, the spiritual leader of the region, he secured the support of the Hais, the organization of artisans and craftsmen. This gained the principality not only a military, but also a very strong social and economic foundation. Kulakahisar, Karachahisar, Yarhisar, and then Bilachi, one of the important centers of the region, were conquered. However, as Halil Inalcik, the father of modern historiography, demonstrated with sources, the moment when the Ottomans ceased to be just a local tribe proved their maturity and truly became a state is the 1302 Battle of Bafeus. The Byzantine emperor sent a professional army from the center to stop Osman Bey, who was besieging Iznik. Osman Gazi's cavalry dealt a heavy defeat to Byzantium's regular army near Yalova. This victory was heard throughout the entire Islamic world. Now Osman Gazi was not an ordinary bey, but a leader who brought the Byzantine Empire to its knees. The principality had proved its maturity. The torch of independence had been lit. In the last years of his life, Osman Gazi besieged Bursa, the largest trade center of the region. However, taking the city was destined for his son, Orhan Gazi. The conquest of Bursa in 1326 was the beginning of a new era for the Ottomans. The transition from tent life and nomadism to settled city life had begun. Bursa was made the capital, and the first Ottoman silver coin was minted here. During the reign of Orhan Gazi, the principality rapidly institutionalized. The first madrasa was opened. The first regular army, called the Yaya ve Musallam organization, was established. With the Battle of Maltepe, fought with Byzantium, all of Byzantium's hopes in Anatolia were completely brought to an end. With the taking of Iznik and Izmit as well, a whole geography was now under Ottoman control. Furthermore, by taking advantage of the internal turmoil of the neighboring Karizioğulları Principality, this principality was incorporated into the territories. This move gained the Ottomans a very critical power, the Kerezi Navy. Now the Ottomans had a coastline and strong ships. The new target they would turn their faces towards was now clear: Europe, namely Rumelia. In 1353, Orhan Gazi's son Süleyman Pasha took that step that would change the course of Turkish history by taking the Chimp Castle. The Ottomans were now on European soil. This place would become the heart of the empire in the following centuries. This will, which emerged from a few tents in Sogut, laid the foundations of an indestructible state in just 50 years by combining justice, tolerance, and military genius. They did not touch the religion, language, or property of the local people in the lands they conquered. On the contrary, they attached them to themselves with a fair tax system. The birth story of the Ottoman Empire is not a success written only with the sword. It is the product of patience, using geographic advantage correctly, and a rational state mind. And this beginning was only the first act of a world state that would shape the world in the following centuries. To not miss other great transformations hidden in the depths of history, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. See you in the next episode.